And I paused and I asked myself, and I was like, Jazelle, are these emotions or is this E-stagnant? Are these emotions or are they E-stagnant? What is happening here? Because this is the same thing. This is a circle. You're feeling the same thing. You're thinking the same thoughts and nothing is changing. Nothing is changing. A little tough love for myself, and sometimes you got to do that. But even in that moment, it was almost like a zip up, you know, like a call to attention. I kind of pulled my own coattail to say, listen, do something or shut up, kind of thing. Hello everyone, and welcome back to the Fully Me channel, where we talk about all things creativity, living fully as a creative woman and a creative mother. My name is Jazelle, and I'm happy to have you here. I'd like to talk about this idea of emotion versus E-stagnant and why it is vital for your health and your success. And to really jump into it, I want to start off by sharing a story. I've been going through just a very challenging period in my life, and I was just all in my feelings about it, all in it. And I decided to go for a walk because I was just so frustrated, just to get out of the house, get some space. Being in nature is kind of one of my things, and it helps me to process and to think through and to just kind of filter out some of those icky feelings. And as I was going through, the normal was happening. I'm feeling all of these things in my body, in my heart. I'm sad, I'm discouraged, I'm hopeless, I'm frustrated, I'm angry. I'm feeling all of these things. And of course, then the loops of the thoughts started to go. What I'm not, what I don't have, what I'll never have, why this is happening, and me, all of the things. And some of it was valid. Let's be real. Some of it was valid, and some of it was just this loop that was happening. And one point as I'm walking through, I began to notice myself, and I began to notice these thoughts and how familiar they were and how frustrating I was now becoming at my thoughts. I was becoming now frustrated just at the situation, but that I was still here and I'm just going through these same motions. And so that's what I want to talk to you about, and what I just want to express it a little bit more and break it down just a little bit more. Not necessarily to call you to the table, unless you need to be called to the table, but to go through why it is extremely vital for you to have this conversation with yourself, and why it is important to be able to distinguish if what you are going through and what you are experiencing are emotions or are they E-stagnant. So let's start with feelings, just a quick breakdown because I like clarity. So feelings can be considered as sensations or subjective, personal, like it's all about you, sensations, thoughts, feelings, and the experience that they create for you. So it's what something is creating inside of you, the experience that is creating inside of you. That can be positive, it can be negative. Now, when we think of emotions are slightly different, although they're connected, because emotions are the mental state that are brought on by these neurophysiological changes. These changes, like your thoughts, like your feelings, like behavioral responses, like pleasure or displeasure, right? So a very shortened, super oversimplified version, my way of understanding this right now is that the feelings are what's happening in the body, primarily, and the emotions is what's happening in the mind from those sensations. Okay, so it's kind of like what's happening in the physiological, any physiological changes impacts what's happening in the mind, if that makes sense. So now that we have that, we're gonna jump back into emotions versus E-stagnant. So the E for me, I broke it up, and the E for me is like energy. Everything around us is energy. We are energy. This plant, this vase, everything is energy. Everything is vibrating at different speeds. And that is how our world was created. So everything is energy, including our thoughts, our emotions, and what we see physically in our world. So breaking it up into emotions, I know that now these are feelings, but now these feelings are impacting what I'm thinking, right? And how I'm thinking, how I'm seeing my situation. So when I said emotions versus E-stagnant, I'm saying, okay, if I take away the E, which is energy, I'm left with motion. Motion is movement. I am moving somewhere. I'm either moving forward or I'm moving backward, but I am going someplace. I'm not in the same place. I'm not in the same spot. Versus stagnant. Stagnant is you are in the same spot. You are literally in the same spot. You ain't moving. You may be standing there vibrating, but you ain't moving nowhere. You're not moving from that spot. You are stuck. So when you have energy that is in motion, it has a way to move someplace versus energy that is stuck. Energy that is stuck and stagnant is not moving anywhere. And both of these are impacting your mental capacities. Both of these are impacting your mind. So what happens when we don't allow for this energy to move? Whether it is good feelings, positive feelings, pleasurable feelings, or specifically when it is negative feelings, we're not allowing it to move. It gets stuck in your body. That stuck becomes from emotion to E-Stagnant. That's my version of E-Stagnant. It is stuck in your body. And where can it get stuck in your body? You know, when you feel tense and you feel tight in different places, when you have a hurt thought or a thought that is hurting you, something is hurting you, there's pain, it is stuck. Maybe you feel it in your heart. Maybe you feel tension in your neck, maybe in your shoulders or then your neck. Maybe it's in other places of your body, your legs, everywhere. That can get stuck in different parts of your body when you're not allowing it to move. That stuckness can also translate to the actions that you take or the actions that you do not take. Hence, from my story, here I am, I'm feeling the same things, but I'm going in a loop, I'm going in a circle. There's the actions has been kind of, it's connected to that energy. That action is not moving forward. That action is stagnant as well. So nothing is moving forward. There is no motion. Everything is stuck. Everything is stagnant. From my feelings to my thoughts, I'm stuck in this pattern, to my actions. My actions, there are no actions. I am stuck. How is this tied to your health? Well, as I said before, it flows in different parts of your body. It gets stuck in different parts of your body, right? So when it's getting stuck in different parts of your body, it can latch on. It can cause tense muscles. It can cause different things happening internally as well, which can lead to disease, dis-ease or disease. It can lead to body breakdown. It can lead to mental fatigue and stress. It can lead to lack of sleep, insomnia. It can lead to not getting the proper rest that you need or digestion that you need, because honestly, it impacts you gastrointestinally too. If you haven't experienced that, if there's fear, if there is tightness, your nervous system is off the charts, there's a lot that happens in this midsection area. So it really impacts your health. Your health goes down the drain. How it impacts your success. Okay, so now we know these emotions are not moving, they are stuck. So now we are E-Stagnant. This energy is stagnant. It is old. Think about water that is sitting still for a very long time. Stuff begins to grow in it. Nobody want to drink it. It stinks. It's just nasty, right? So this is what's happening with you in your body physically, but it also begins to happen with you in terms of success. There is no action. You are not moving forward. Or when you are moving, any little movement that you do, your thought, your mental environment is not conducive to it being successful. Why? Because you're doing this loop of these negative feelings, which causes a reaction into the mental capacity. And that negative loop either keeps you from actually moving forward, or moving forward in a way that you believe in yourself, moving forward in a way that you believe that something positive will come out of it, moving forward in a way that you are not self-sabotaging, right? So once you are able to get to that place of identifying, am I moving? Is there emotions? This energy, is it moving, or is this energy stagnant? And most of the time, if it is stagnant, it ain't good. Just like if you're alive, you're moving, and if you're dead, you're not moving, right? So if that energy is stagnant, same with that water, something is not right. Nasty stuff is growing there. Nobody want to drink it. It stinks. It's inhabitable. It's not positive. So you want to be able to move. Being able to distinguish between the two will help you to know what is happening inside of you. It'll help you to take inventory of what's happening with your health. It'll help you to take inventory of what's happening with your success. This is vital. Life means health. It means vitality, it means movement, and it gives you that opportunity for success. What can you do now that you have this kind of idea of my version of emotion versus E-Stagnant? What can you do to stay out of that E-Stagnant place, that stuckness, that stanky water, that pretty much you're dead, What can you do to stay out of that place and really be able to embody well-being for both you, your health, your projects that you're working on, your home, just success in every area of your life. And that is to allow for that energy to move again. Even if it's negative, give it motion. Even if it's not something that you would prefer to experience, give it motion. Even if it's something you feel like, Jazelle, I actually have no idea what to do with this, I feel out of control, still give it motion. And how you give it motion is you cry. If you feel in pain, cry. If you feel like crying, cry. Cry, right? Another way, journaling, writing down your thoughts. That energy is moving through you. Something that I like to do, if you don't have like a friend that you want to talk to, even if it's a close friend, sometimes you don't feel like talking to someone, something that you can do is, and I've done this quite often, I will hit the voice memo on my phone and I will talk as if I am talking to a friend. What that allows for me to do is to verbally process and to get it out of my body. And then afterwards, when I'm done and I've done my rant and I've just dished it all out, a lot of times I'll just hit the delete button and it's gone, because the whole point was for it to move through me, to get out. Something else you can do, especially as a creative, lean into your modalities. Even this morning, I needed to just hit the floor and do some dancing and some movements to get all of that energy, that stuckness that was inside of me out. Those emotions, actually allowing it to be emotion, moving it out. And as we start to do these little things, sometimes it'll get it all out at once, and other times it'll be just that very beginning part. But then it will give us enough space for more of it to come out in different ways, or for us to understand more of our feelings. Another thing you can do, as I said at the beginning of this video, is to walk. Get in nature, walk on grass, get some really good grounding, lay on the grass, or just be in the sunshine, feeling the breeze, looking at the blueness of the water, of the sky, and the green of the trees, allowing nature to help you to process those emotions, that energy, and actually allow it to be emotion. So I know this is kind of like a really big, full topic, and I was trying to squeeze it into this video. If you have any other questions, feel free to leave them in the comments below. If you want a part 2 on this, let me know. I'm happy to do that for you. But I just really want to help you understand the difference between emotions and E-Stagnant in terms of our feelings, our thoughts, and how it impacts our mind, and therefore how it impacts our life. You need this. We need emotions. We need that energy, but we need it to not be stagnant. We need it to move for our health and for our success. If you enjoyed this video, be sure to give it a likes up, hit the notification bell so you know when the next one is coming, and share this with someone else who you feel like this will be a really great tool or resource for. If you haven't already signed up to receive my Building a Creatively Successful Life e-guide, the information is below. It's free. Check it out. And until next time, live fully. Bye.